I have begun to be more specific with my goals. When we are not specific with our goals, it is easier to say yes to small habits that stall us. You may have plenty of motivation, but do you have any clarity? Ask yourself, do you really identify with the goal or the habit? Do you associate it with positive outcomes or negative outcomes? Sometimes we do things because our environment already chose it for us. You may even have like an out of control shadow. Habits are easy to stick to when you build them into the flow of your life. You want to have a schedule that you can repeat with ease. Do not get stuck in the optimization trap of trying to make everything optimized and it only leading to procrastination. Reps lead to more experimentation. Think athletes, think artists. For instance, for every day, I've just been doing this one small habit and it's been changing on life for the better. It's morning pages, doing that every morning. I take 10 minutes at max. And that's as soon as I wake up in the morning pages, and the whole day is a lot more clear. To achieve your goals, you gotta love the process. You gotta have good health habits if you wanna have energy in your life. If you ain't got no energy in your life, what you eat? To have a great mental outlook on life, you gotta have some good mental habits. Now, don't let habits scare you, but habits are what create freedom. Habits don't restrict freedom. They don't take things from you. You help yourself by knowing what time you're going to eat tomorrow. You help yourself when you know what time you're going to sleep. Habits come together to give us new opportunities in life. If you don't practice your habits, then how and where would your opportunity come from? Habits give us direction. Habits give us a compass. Patience is key too. It's the process that you got to love. It's not the destination. You got to love the journey and the way that you develop it. Patience is very much so key though, because results are often delayed. What you pray for may not come immediately, but when you work towards them, you see yourself working towards your goals. You gonna respect yourself more. You gonna feel way better about yourself when it comes from work ethic and being consistent and loving the process. Smokers don't just smoke. They smoke because they want relief. They crave the momentary relief the cigarette gives them. A change in their internal state. Repeated identity itself means repeated being. Because you may want money, but if you identify as a consumer, then you're going to keep doing consumer things and you will never be a person that makes the money. Instead, you will be a consumer. Master the ability to just show up. Just show up for you. Saying you want to run, and then you go out there and you do 5, 10, 20 miles. You go out there, you probably do half a mile. You might walk that mile. You might do 0.1 mile. Just pulling up to the gym parking lot and going back home. But it's already preparing your mind to, okay, this is what I'm about to get to doing. I often underestimate how much our brain changes when we repeat and we build up consistency and we just attempt how much we adapt just by doing the smallest of efforts. And patience again is very much so key. Like patience, delay, trust me, within you doing your hobbies, maybe even in a week, but definitely in 12 weeks, in 3 months, maybe even in a month, how quick things can change. If you do the same habits every day, it leads to the same results. Switch it up a little bit. You ain't got to stop even doing all the bad things. Just switch. Just substitute some of them out for better things. And those better things might even carry over to you might just get rid of all the bad things. Athletic person. Do you want to see yourself as an athletic person? Some people don't want to see themselves mobile because they don't even see themselves capable. That's a self-image thing. We stick to habits that we identify with. Make sure to point out your bad behaviors. Hold yourself accountable. We all have habits, good or bad, but all of us serve the purpose of reducing our stress. So you may choose to reduce stress by running, or you may choose to reduce your stress by smoking. But again, we stick with the habits we identify. And that's why I like habit stacking, because if you might realize I'll stick with this habit easier if I combine this with another habit that's also good for me. It's important to be actively choosing our habits Because if we don't realize what our habits are, our habits could be chosen for us. Ask ourselves, what do we prioritize? What do we value? What are our principles? There's some people out here who don't understand morality. To align ourselves with our habits, we must define ourselves. In a way, we are our habits, but only as so much as we are attached to them. If they're not working out for us at the better end, they might be reducing stress. They may be helping us in small ways, but it's definitely things that you can do and that could replace and be even better for yourself, more beneficial than those habits. So it's important to be specific with our goals and our habits, our systems that make us up. It's important to have that clarity. It's a benefit to us to have clarity. Reduce a lot of that brain fog, reduces a lot of that anxiety, reduces a lot of feeling like you're lost. Being decisive with just the small habits that we do, spending 5 to 10 minutes on our goals can do a lot for us in the long run. Yeah, so I really got really into this book of Atomic Habits. The author, he had this freak accident, baseball, horrendous, tremendous, was face broken, all neck broken, airlifted to the hospital. Never thought he would be able to return to baseball, but his small things that he did every day on the way to heal and the way to catch back up and then see where he left off by working harder, by sleeping smarter, not even working harder, by moving smarter, and by being specific of how he would direct his progress, made him exponentially better than the rest of his peers, and also just made him a better team player overall. Instead of going out to parties, he was sleeping in. Instead of playing video games, he was studying. He was doing therapy work. He was doing movement. In the UK, they had this Olympic team. They was losing bad. They was doing terrible. But over the time, where they had brought in this new dude, this new guy, to direct the Olympics to get them a win. I believe his name was Dave Brailsford. By being specific with all the equipment, by being specific with the goals and direction that the team needed, they was able to get 1% better every day. So yeah, this is a very interesting book, and because I've been reading this book, I just wanted to get some information out there, because I know a lot of people won't, may not even have the time to read these books. I don't know, but because I read this book, I just wanted to share the knowledge. Atomic Habits, I've been practicing that. I've been doing my morning pages every day. I've been thinking smarter. I've been moving smarter. I've been more specific and just having more clarity. And I think it's very important to have some kind of principle and virtue and to really identify with the goals that you do, the habits that you do. At the end of the day, this all makes up into a system. And if you're not doing this system, if you're not being conscious of this system, then you may be doing the same things every day, and doing the same thing and not being in the place you want leads to insanity, or is it insanity? So it's best to be specific. The more reps you do, the more muscle memory, the more strategy it is when what you do, the more creativity you allow yourself by getting more reps. This organization leads to never knowing where you had and never knowing where you at. It's important to have a level of organization, at least in the habit work.